The room goes silent. Cha Hae-In stands tall, her eyes locked on Jin-Woo. Cha is saying, serious tone, when will the test take place? Sung Jin-Woo doesn't flinch. No fear, no hesitation. Sung Jin-Woo is saying, calm confidence, we'll do it now, since we're already here. The air shifts instantly. Power meets power. Sung Jin-Woo is saying, how about the association's gym for hunters? And just like that, a simple question turns into a clash of legends. Sung Jin-Woo pauses for a moment. The association's gym isn't exactly close. His eyes narrow slightly, calculating. Sung Jin-Woo is saying, thinking tone. That place is pretty far from here, now that I think about it. But distance has never been a real obstacle for the Shadow Monarch. A familiar ability flashes through his mind. Sung Jin-Woo is saying, calm, analytical. I could try using the ability, Shadow Exchange, to see if it lets me transport another person. Shadow Exchange, a class ability. No mana required. It swaps his position instantly with a designated Shadow Soldier. But there's a catch. A 3-hour cooldown. If it works, the test won't just begin. It'll begin instantly. Cha reaches for the door. She's ready to head to the association's gym. But Jin-Woo's voice stops her. Sung Jin-Woo is saying, controlled tone, you don't need to go out there. Her hand freezes on the doorknob. She slowly turns her head. Confusion flickers in her eyes. Cha is saying, surprise tone, eh? The atmosphere shifts. Jin-Woo doesn't look uncertain. He looks prepared. Because when the Shadow Monarch speaks, there's already a plan in motion. Before she can react, Jin-Woo moves. In one smooth motion, he steps closer, closing the distance between them. Sung Jin-Woo is saying, confident tone, there's a faster way to get there. His voice is steady, unshaken, certain, but then he leans slightly closer. Sung Jin-Woo is saying, controlled tone, but we'll need to get very close. All right, for a split second, Cha Hae-In forgets to breathe. The sudden closeness, the warmth, the intensity in his eyes. She's saying, surprised tone. Ah, she understands now. This isn't just a shortcut. It's Shadow Exchange. And to move together, they must stand together. In the next second, darkness answers his call. Black shadows begin to rise, swirling around Sung Jin-Woo like living smoke. The air grows heavier. The room trembles under the presence of the Shadow Monarch. Without hesitation, he pulls her closer. Sung Jin-Woo is saying, commanding tone, stay close. Cha Hae-In's heart skips. Not from fear, but from the overwhelming aura surrounding him. Her face flushes red as she feels his arm around her. Cha is saying, soft tone. Shadows coil around them both. The world distorts, space bends, and in a single breath, they vanish. Darkness consumes the room. Shadows twist, stretch, and explode outward like living wings. In the center of it all, Sung Jin-Woo stands unmoving, holding her securely. Space fractures, the world blurs, and in less than a heartbeat, they arrive. The Hunter Association's gym. The air feels different here, heavy, charged. Cha is saying, soft tone, we're already here? Jin-Woo releases her slowly. The shadows still swirl behind him like a monarch's cloak. Sung Jin-Woo is saying, calm, absolute confidence. Shall we begin? Distance means nothing. Time means nothing. When the Shadow Monarch moves, the world obeys. Darkness doesn't just surround him, it obeys him. Shadows twist violently, rising like black wings behind Sung Jin-Woo. At the center of the storm, he stands still, unshaken, unmatched, holding Cha Hae-In securely against him. Smoke curls across the floor. The air trembles under the pressure of his presence. This isn't teleportation. This is domination over space itself. The Shadow Monarch has arrived, and the world adjusts accordingly. The shadows begin to settle. The overwhelming aura slowly fades from the gym. And just as the tension reaches its peak, the door slides open. Completely unaware of the Monarch-level atmosphere in the room, a staff member steps inside. Jin-Woo is saying, "Cheerful tone, here, something to eat while you talk." The heavy silence shatters instantly. Shadows retreat, power stabilizes, and the dramatic arrival is awkwardly interrupted. Even the Shadow Monarch can't escape snack time. The tension fades. The aura settles. The snacks arrive. Everything seems normal. Until a shadow shifts. From Jin-Woo's darkness, a massive red figure emerges. Muscles bulging, eyes glowing, hungry. Shadow Soldier is saying, feral tone, grrr. In one swift motion, the shadow lunges. Not at a hunter, not at an enemy, but at the plate. Jin-Woo is saying, terrified tone, wow. Even the mighty Shadow Army has priorities. And today, it's bread. Outside the Hunter Association gym, the building stands silent, cold, still. Moments ago, it looked ordinary. Dark windows, no movement, just another facility in the city. But then, the lights flicker on, one by one. A golden glow fills the windows. Something has begun inside. Not a meeting, not a conversation. A test. When the lights turn on in the association's gym at this hour, it means only one thing. An S-rank level presence is active. And tonight, it's Jin-Woo. The shadows twist one final time, then collapse inward. Darkness peels away from their bodies like smoke in the wind. And just like that, they're standing on solid ground. Inside the Hunter Association gym, Jin-Woo is saying calm, composed tone. We've arrived. No portal, no explosion, no wasted movement. Just precision. Cha steadies herself, still close to him. The shadows linger briefly at their feet. Before fading completely, the test can begin now. The shadows are gone. The smoke has faded, but Cha Hae-In's mind hasn't caught up yet. Her eyes widen. Her heartbeat skips. Cha is saying, shocked, breathless, Ma, come. It wasn't just fast. It wasn't just precise. It was effortless. No chant, no strain, no visible cost. This wasn't teleportation. This was control over space itself. And for the first time, even an S-rank hunter feels it clearly. The gap, the gym falls silent. Even the air feels still. Jin-Woo lowers his gaze slightly, thinking, calculating, confirming. Jin-Woo, inner thought, calm tone. Just as I thought, I was right. Shadow exchange worked, not just on himself, but on another person. Distance, weight, presence, all accounted for. His control has grown again. Not loudly, not dramatically, but precisely. And if this works so smoothly, then the test ahead won't be about whether he's strong. It will be about how much he chooses to reveal. Jin-Woo doesn't celebrate. He studies, he analyzes every ability, every limitation, every possibility. His eyes narrow slightly. Jin-Woo, inner thought, composed tone. The ability, shadow exchange, functions like a portal. Not mere substitution, but a spatial connection between him and his shadow. The fact that I can bring someone else with me is proof of that. That means it's not just position swapping. It's space manipulation, controlled, refined, evolving. And if it truly works like a portal, then its future potential is far greater than anyone realizes. Jin-Woo doesn't just use power, he understands it, breaks it down, rebuilds it in his mind. Sung Jin-Woo, inner thought analytical tone. The one that forms beneath me is the entrance. A shadow circle opens under his feet. Not random, not unstable, precise. Sung Jin-Woo continuing, while the coordinates I choose function as the exit. 2 points, connected, like a tunnel through space. But the destination isn't arbitrary. Sung Jin-Woo, focused realization. Obviously, the coordinates are nothing more than the positions of my shadow soldiers. That's the key. He isn't teleporting blindly. He's linking space through his army. Each shadow soldier, a living anchor. Sung Jin-Woo understands one thing clearly. Every ability has a limit. Sung Jin-Woo, inner thought, composed. I can only use it once every 3 hours. A cooldown, a restriction, a rule. But even rules mean nothing when the power behind them is absolute. Sung Jin-Woo, continuing thought, but having an ability that can create a portal. A portal, not movement, not speed, but instant spatial authority. Sung Jin-Woo realization tone. With this, I could travel anywhere in time as I please. Anywhere. As long as his shadows stand there. His army isn't just soldiers anymore. They are gateways. Sung Jin-Woo, calm, decisive tone. Let's go. No hesitation, no fear. The test begins now. The atmosphere settles. The gym lights hum softly overhead. Cha Hae-In suddenly pauses. A realization hits her. Cha is saying, concerned tone, now that I think about it, I didn't bring my weapon, an S-rank hunter, inside a test arena, unarmed. For a brief second, the seriousness returns. But Sung Jin-Woo doesn't look worried, not even slightly. Sung Jin-Woo is saying, casual tone, oh, that pickaxe? He says it so casually, as if her weapon were nothing more than a construction tool, not a blade capable of slicing through high-rank monsters. Weapon or not, this test was never going to depend on equipment, only strength. The word hits her like a shockwave. Her eyes widen, her face turns red, memory floods back instantly. Flashback, casual clothes, simple hoodie, jeans, and in her hand, a literal mining pickaxe. Cha panicked realization. Oh, that pickaxe, a tool used to break rocks, and she brought it to a hunter test. Against Sung Jin-Woo, for the first time, the dignified S-rank hunter feels embarrassed. Cha Hae-In's face burns red, her composure gone. Cha is saying flustered, defensive tone. No, not that. My weapon is. She tries to recover her dignity, but Jin-Woo simply smiles, relaxed, unbothered. Sung Jin-Woo is saying, calm, teasing tone, I was joking. And just like that, the Shadow Monarch casually disarms an S-rank hunter without even fighting. But behind the teasing smile, because once the laughter fades, the test will begin. The teasing fades, the embarrassment lingers, but only for a second. Cha Hae-In inhales slowly. Her expression steadies. The S-rank hunter returns. Cha is saying, controlled tone, all right, no more flustered reactions, no more pickaxe flashbacks, just focus. There should be a decent weapon I can borrow in the storage room. Her eyes sharpen. This isn't a casual spar, not with him. Because if she's going to test Sung Jin-Woo, she intends to do it proper. No hesitation. Cha Hae-In slides her access card across the reader. The scanner glows green. Authorization accepted. S-rank clearance. No delays. No questions. The storage room door unlocks with a soft mechanical click. Cha is saying, calm, focused, I won't hold back. Because testing Sung Jin-Woo means testing the impossible. And she intends to measure it properly. The heavy door slides open, and rows of steel gleam under cold white lights. Blades, spears, practiced swords reinforced with mana conductors. This isn't a normal gym. It's built for hunters. Cha is saying, composed, professional tone. There are several weapons in here. Since it's a training gym specifically for hunters, she steps forward, scanning the racks. Cha continues, they're not amazing, but for practice, they'll do just fine. Her voice is calm, controlled, but her aura, it sharpens. Because even a practice weapon in the hands of an S rank is never just practice. At the entrance, Jin-Woo watches silently, unbothered. No hesitation, no more embarrassment. Cha Hae-In steps forward, a blade resting in her hand. The fluorescent lights reflect off polished steel. The air grows heavier. Che saying, calm, unwavering, I'm ready. Her stance is flawless, balanced, controlled. The sword hums faintly, mana flowing through it. This is no joke anymore, not to her. Across the room, Jin-Woo watches silently, expression unreadable, an S-rank hunter, facing something she can't quite measure. The arena stretches wide between them, cold steel floor, no obstacles, no excuses. Cha Hae-In stands steady, blade angled downward, balanced, prepared. Across from her, Jin-Woo doesn't move. Cha is saying, calm, testing tone. If you're sure, that one is fine too. She adjusts her grip. It's not the usual sword, but it shouldn't be a problem for you. A subtle challenge, not arrogance, just honesty. Then, his voice cuts through the silence. Jin-Woo is saying, quiet, confident, it doesn't matter what weapon I use. He lifts his eyes slightly. Jin-Woo continues, monsters don't respond to our existence, do they? The temperature in the room shifts, because that wasn't a boast. It was fact. He studies her, not as an opponent, but as a possibility. His eye glows faintly, blue light cutting through the darkness. Jin-Woo, measured, composed. A commendable attitude. There's no mockery, only assessment. Considering the spirit you showed, a sword would be suitable. A brief pause. His gaze sharpens. I would recommend at least a B-rank weapon. Silence. But that will do. He isn't lowering his standards. He's lowering his expectations. The air shifts. Temperature drops. Shadows stretch unnaturally across the ground. He doesn't raise his voice. He doesn't draw his weapon. He simply speaks, Jin-Woo, calm, absolute authority. Igris. Darkness erupts behind him. Red mana slices through the fog like burning veins. A massive silhouette forms. Armor, blade, glowing blue eyes within a demon-shaped frame. Not a summon, not a spell. A knight answering his king. Jin-Woo, unmoved. He is the best swordsman among my soldiers. No pride, no exaggeration, just fact. Igris stands behind him like a silent executioner. Red aura flickers in the air, but she doesn't step back. She doesn't hesitate. Her eyes sharpen. Cha, calm, composed. How will the winner be decided? Not fear, not arrogance. A challenge. She's not asking if she can win. She's asking how. He doesn't raise his voice. He doesn't threaten her. He simply states the condition. Calm, absolute. Jin-Woo, cold, steady. You'll pass if you manage to eliminate my summoned creature. A small pause. His eyes shift slightly. No emotion. Jin-Woo, which I will declare defeated as soon as I surrender. It's not a duel against him. It's not even a duel against a monster. It's a test of endurance, of skill, of survival. Because for her to win, he must admit defeat, and that is the hardest condition of all. The air grows colder. The red aura twists, like smoke mixed with blood. Blue lightning cracks across black armor. And those eyes? They don't blink. They judge. Jin-Woo, calm internal thought. I did say she would have used my weapon more properly, but a brief silence. The shadow shifts. The pressure increases. Sung Jin-Woo, making her face Egress directly would be traumatic for her. He's not mocking her. He's protecting her. Because Egress is not a training partner. He is a battlefield executioner, the best swordsman among the Shadow Army. And he does not hold back. He looks at her. Not with hostility, not with doubt, just quiet acknowledgement. She's ready. And he knows it. Sung Jin-Woo, internal, calm, no signal, no countdown, no referee. The moment those words settle, the duel has already started. Because between hunters, the first strike is never announced. In that instant, her hesitation vanished. Not fear, not doubt, only resolve. Cha, calm, sharp, understood. Golden mana surges through her blade. Not wild, not unstable. Controlled, refined, precise. Across from her stands the Knight of Shadows, a swordsman who has never fallen, a blade that has tasted countless battles, and now the distance between them is measured in a single heartbeat. Wait, he said the weapon didn't matter. So why does the pressure feel different? That blade, it's not ordinary, not the aura, not the presence behind it. He didn't change the rules. She changed the battlefield. This wasn't about the weapon, it was about who was holding it. She didn't hesitate, no fear, no doubt, just a simple question. Cha, calm, steady. Sorry? Isn't it possible to fight them all at once? Even Egress paused. For the first time, Egress. And the Shadow Monarch didn't expect that answer either. Sung Jin-Woo, light surprise. Ah, okay. She wasn't asking for mercy. She was asking for difficulty. He didn't raise his voice. He didn't change his expression. He simply extended his hand. Dark energy condensed. Lightning crawled across the blade like a living thing. Obedient, silent, lethal. Sung Jin-Woo. Calm, absolute. Then, let's begin. That wasn't a weapon being summoned. That was authority. The authority of a monarch. Nope. The air grew heavier. Not with killing intent, but with trust. Egress, silent, kneeling presence, lightning coursing through the blade. The sword hummed, waiting. Sung Jin-Woo, calm, absolute authority. Use this. He didn't say it as a suggestion. He said it as a command. A monarch lending power. Not because she needed it, but because he wanted to see her full potential. Trembling hands. No hesitation in her eyes. Just clarity. Cha, steady, composed. All right, let's begin. She didn't ask for mercy. She didn't ask for limits. She accepted everything. Cha, quiet confirmation, because when a true hunter says okay, it means she's already prepared for the worst. 3 figures stand in silence. 1 challenger, 1 summoner, 1 shadow knight. The arena holds its breath. Cha, calm. All right. A single echo rolls across the floor. Sung Jin-Woo, commanding. The air pressure shifts. Mana condenses. The shadow stirs. This wasn't a sparring match. It was a test. And the moment that word fell, the battlefield belonged to no one. Shadows thickened, and then a notification appeared. System window. Item acquired, Demon King's red blade. A sword infused with the power of the Demon King. Attack plus 35. Temporary stat amplification, and 1 devastating ability. Monarch's Flame. The blade hums. Blue lightning cracks along its edge. Black mist coils around Egress. Egress, silent kneeling, offers the blade. Sung Jin-Woo, calm commanding. Use this. not with warning. Blue lightning tore across the arena. The floor cracked. The air screamed. Igris, silent execution. One downward strike. Perfect form. Zero wasted motion. She didn't try to stop it. She slipped past it. The lightning blade carved through empty air. The shock wave shattered tiles. But she was already behind the strike. Cha focused calm. No wasted movement. Sung Jin-Woo didn't react in panic. He watched. He calculated. He measured the distance she covered. In a fraction of a second, Sung Jin-Woo, thinking, sharp tone. She's fast. How can she move like that? That wasn't normal footwork. That wasn't raw speed alone. That was refined technique. Sung Jin-Woo, analyzing. That movement seems almost impossible to achieve without using some kind of skill. She didn't hesitate. No warning. No build-up. She crossed the distance in a blink. Sung Jin-Woo, internal, sent shockwaves through the arena. Dust rose. Energy cracked the air. Even Igris staggered under the force. Chairman, firm controlled. Dispatch a team for urgent support. Aid, off-screen. Yes, sir. He felt it. That surge. That wasn't the power of a mere trainee. Something has awakened. I don't think there were any reservations for the air shuttle today. A single button is pressed. And with it, the world shifts. Voice through speaker. Yes, Mr. President. Across the city, alarms begin to echo. A gate has opened. President, cold, decisive tone. Call the hunters now, because this time, it's not just another dungeon. The request was simple, but the tension behind it was not. Chairman, serious, controlled tone. Could you show me the footage from the Jin cameras, please? Voice through speaker. Of course, sir. Because sometimes the truth isn't found in reports. It's hidden in what the cameras capture. The footage begins. At first, nothing unusual. Then, suddenly, the shadows gather. Voice. Shocked whisper. What is that? Not a monster. Not a gate. But something born. From the darkness itself, he watches the screen carefully, replaying the moment again and again. Chairman, thinking, tense tone. Those two, when did they get here? They weren't in the reports. They weren't on the entry logs, which means they didn't arrive through the front gate. In a quiet hospital room, the question finally surfaces. Chairman, calm, probing tone. Hunter Sung Jin-Woo finally made it, right? The world sees a rising star, a hunter who defied the impossible. But behind every legend, there's someone who was there from the beginning. She lowers her head, not in defeat, but in relief. For so long, she waited, hoping, believing. Cha, quiet, emotional tone. He really did it, because sometimes the greatest victories are the ones shared in silence. Understanding comes slowly. Sometimes, too slowly. Chairman, low, humbled tone. I see. I hadn't realized. Power wasn't what changed him. It was purpose. And now, even those at the top begin to understand. The decision is made quietly. No alarms, no announcements. Chairman, calm, firm tone. Very well. Turn off the gym cameras. Voice confused, hesitant tone. Huh? But Chairman, cold, decisive tone. Write it off as a routine inspection. Some truths are not meant for public record. The screens go dark. The matter quietly buried. He leans back in his chair, watching the next generation rise. Chairman, faint smile, nostalgic tone. Ah, youth is a beautiful thing. Because power fades, but potential, that's unstoppable. He says nothing, but silence speaks louder than words. They made their decision, closed the files, turned off the cameras. But they forgot one thing. You can't turn off what's already awakened. The earth begins to shake. stone fractures, lightning tears through the sky, and from the abyss, something ancient opens its eyes. This isn't just a gate, it's a warning. Flames dance across her blade. Confidence burns in her eyes. Hunter Cha, playful, challenging tone. Was that Black Knight really your strongest summon? She's not afraid, she's testing him. Because if that was his best, then this fight ends here. Her eyes ignite like wildfire. No hesitation, no fear. Hunter Cha, firm, challenging tone. Didn't you say you'd choose your strongest summon? She steps forward, flames bending to her will. Hunter Cha, calm, commanding tone. Because this time, she wants the real battle. He doesn't raise his voice, he doesn't move. But the air changes. Jin-Woo, calm, warning tone. You might get hurt, not arrogance, not a threat, just a simple fact. Her flames don't flicker, they surge. Hunter Cha, steady, fearless tone. It doesn't matter. Pain, risk, defeat. Hunter Cha, determined, burning tone. I want to face it again, because warriors don't run from strength, they chase it. For the first time, his expression shifts. Not fear, but surprise. Jin-Woo, serious, questioning tone. You, how do you know that? Because the battle isn't just about strength anymore. It's about who's truly watching. The distance between them is wide, but the truth travels farther. Hunter Cha, confident, unwavering tone. I saw it with my own eyes. Not rumors, not guesses. Hunter Cha, firm, knowing tone. And in the videos, she knows exactly what she's facing. He lowers his gaze, not in doubt, but in thought. She saw it, understood it, and yet, he still hasn't shown her everything. The air thickens, heat rises, her eyes ignite, not with doubt, but resolve. This isn't about proving him wrong. It's about proving she belongs on the same battlefield. The shadows answer. Darkness gathers, taking shape. Biru, distorted, ancient tone. I'll ask you one last time, because once it steps forward, there's no turning back. The ground trembles beneath their feet. Light and shadow collide, neither willing to yield. Hunter Cha, steady, final warning. I'll ask you one last time. Behind him, the shadow spreads its wings. This is no longer a sparring match. It's a declaration of power. The shadows twist, taking a monstrous form. Lightning bends around it. Darkness obeys it. Biru, ancient, distorted voice. Are you really sure? Because once you step forward, there is no retreat.